I think many physicians have preferences what injectable agents they use overall and what percentage of their practice those agents are. When it comes to specific areas, I think that those preferences really declare themselves fairly commonly in our practices. So if I'm injecting the periocular area, such as below the eyes, I tend to use more Restylane or Perlane because of the lift capacity and the G prime capacity. If I'm injecting the nasolabial folds, I tend to use more Juvederm because I think it blends in the area a little bit better. Although Restylane has the specific approval for injections into the lip, I tend to use more Juvederm as well there because it's a little bit softer. So for the temples, I like Perlane because, again, I like the lift. I think it's important that we actually change the needle out from what comes in the package to using a longer needle so that we can really inject deep in the temporal fossa and on bone. I like to use about 1.5 inch needle instead of the prepackaged needle. And in the mid-cheek, some patients do need quite a bit of volume, and I think that in those cases, Radiesse or Perlane would be especially helpful. I think it's exciting that there's a lot of products that are available in other parts of the world that we're hoping will be available in this country at some point. And I personally seen the utility of Voluma, which is a new Juvederm product in Europe and Canada, not yet approved here, but I think is really going to be helpful in terms of volume filling for the cheeks or volume filling for the dorsal hands. And then there's a product, Restylane Fine Lines, which is really helpful to get into fine lines, in particular fine lines around the mouth or in the glabellar area. So it's exciting to see that there are some things that are on the horizon that we can implement into our practices.